Hey there, I am so glad you pressed play. So today I just want to share with you kind of what God laid on my heart about unpacking, okay? And so I'm just going to take a couple minutes to share with you a couple of thoughts about the topic of unpacking. And when we're talking about unpacking, I'm talking about a physical and mental sense, okay? You ready? Here we go. So as some of you may know, I've been a flight attendant for the last 7.5 years or so, and because of that, I've always had a bag packed and pretty much ready to go at all times. And along with that, I've also moved around quite a bit in the last 3 years or so. So I've had boxes and boxes and bins and luggages stored up for a few years, okay? And when you have all of that stuff and you're just lugging it around from place to place, and you're still buying new things on top of that, sometimes we tend to forget, what you already have stored up. And so now that my family and I have moved again, and hopefully this is a place where we can stay for a good little while, I've been kind of unpacking everything. And it's a slow process, but we're surely getting through it. And here's some things that God has showed me during my time of unpacking, okay? It's just 3 things I want to share with you. And when we're thinking about this, or as we're going through this, think about it from a physical sense and from a mental and emotional sense, okay? So sometimes you have to unpack all the way to see what you have, to see what's valuable, to see what needs to be kept and what can be thrown away. And it's a process. It could take some time. You may need some help along the way, but it's certainly necessary to unpack in order to keep things straight and in order, okay? So that's number 1. Number 2, sometimes we end up hauling a bunch of unnecessary stuff around from place to place because maybe it doesn't fit anymore, maybe it's out of style, and maybe some things you just need to get rid of completely, right? So that's number 2. And number 3, sometimes, you just have to slow down, take a deep breath, think about all that you've been through, and slow down enough to unpack all of the emotions, all the baggage, all the junk. Process through it all, compartmentalize it, right? Organize it, and see what might need to be discarded, and what may need to be discarded, and what things you may be able to keep, okay? And so when we talk about those 3 things, like I said, we're thinking about doing them in a physical sense, but also mentally and emotionally, right? Because we actually all need to do this from time to time. We need to declutter our physical spaces. So the spaces that we actually, live and dwell in, we need to declutter those spaces and unpack those things. But we also need to declutter our mental and emotional spaces as well, okay? And so that's what's going to keep us happy and healthy. So think about those 3 things. And I want you to join me. Will you join me? Let's unpack together and see what we need to do with everything that we've been carrying around, okay, from place to place. All right? So that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you today. I want you to unpack, okay? And if you like this video, can you do me a favor? Can you like it? Can you comment it? Can you share it with a friend of yours? And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, hit that little notification there and subscribe for me, okay? Make sure you do that, all right? And most of all, I want you all to remember to keep evolving on your unique by design journey. See ya.